guys, we're back with part 8 of the LS Swap Snowcat series. In this video, you're gonna see a lot of stuff, starting with the engine issues that we've been having, which you saw in the previous video. We're gonna give you some more information on that. We did go to PRI and we talked to some new sponsors. We got a lot of stuff lined out for this thing. I know things aren't going as quickly as we'd planned. That engine really slowed us down. But tonight we're also prepping the radiator support, the grill, and the fuel cell for paint and painting those. And we're going to be installing the brand new Be Cool radiator. And yes, they are one of our great sponsors and they are an awesome company. If you guys ever need anything cooling related, they will keep your engine running right where you need it. So Be Cool is definitely the spot to go. All right, guys, we're gonna get started on this and we'll let you follow along. So here we go. All right, guys, since the engine is at the engine building shop, we are going to start working on some of the other components. That way we're not wasting any time. So today we're working on the radiator. I'm also working on the radiator shroud that goes in front of it. We're gonna get all this stuff ready for paint. Once that's ready for paint, probably gonna work on the fuel tank as well. Get that prepped and ready for paint so we can just get all that knocked out all at once. Then we're gonna move on to the seat because the seat is a single person seat and we're gonna extend that to make it to where it'll hold 3 people like a bench seat in there. That way we can take more people along than just one person. So here we go. Prepped these here for paint, which we're going to paint now, and try to get everything ready while we're waiting on that engine. The engine really put a slowdown on the whole thing. We were hoping to have this thing running by January. Now I'm hoping by like middle January, maybe end of January. That's kind of what we're hoping for if everything goes right. So let's get going on this and we'll show you how it looks when we're done. All right, guys, so we got the fuel tank, the radiator support, and the grill painted, and we also did the controls for inside. Now what we're actually gonna do is we decided that instead of going completely black on the engine and a little bit of tribute to the Jeep, we're gonna do the valve covers in olive drab green as well. So spray these real quick and wait for this stuff to dry and we can start putting the radiator support and grill together and see what it looks like on the front of this thing. All right, guys, so Be Cool sent us this radiator for the Snowcat, and what we're gonna do now is we're gonna try to get that mounted into the radiator support here. And then we're going to mock it up on there just to see what it's gonna look like. So here we go. All right, guys, so we have the new Be Cool radiator mounted into the core support for this thing. As you can see, they did a really nice job with everything here. Everything came out perfect. Has air flaps for the shroud there for the fan. And then on this side, everything's mounted up all nice and pretty. Now the issue we ran into is right here. The radiator sticks down just a little bit farther than the stock one did. So we're gonna have to notch this out here in order for that radiator to have enough clearance once it's mounted. We were worried it was gonna be back into this. Thank God it's just these little tabs there, but we're gonna do that now and then get this thing mocked up. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got the radiator mounted in the core support and we got the radiator and the grill put back on the Snowcat. It looks really good. Be Cool is gonna send us a stencil so we can stencil the front of that radiator. But everything fit really, really nice. If you come around back here, you can see the fitment is just perfect. They did a great job. Of course, it was 100% custom, so they took the measurements we gave them and then they created this masterpiece. And then if you look back here, we also set the fuel tank in just to kind of see how it was gonna look with everything. I think we're gonna do black straps on that. And then next thing, when we're waiting on the engine, we're gonna start working on the cab, and we're gonna finish up the seat. So that way we can extend that and seat 3 people instead of just 1.
All right, guys, so dropped the motor off this morning at Washerbeck Speed Shop in Prospect. So they're gonna put some new cam bearings in for us. They're gonna hot tank the block and do a couple other things because this motor was not the best when we got it. So I'm here, we're gonna do some parts washing. As you can see, this stuff's real gunky and just, it needs a good cleanup. What we're gonna work on today is trying to get these studs out. There's 8 of these exhaust studs broke off. 3 on this and then 5 on this head. So we're gonna try and grind them down a little bit, get all the rust off, and then we're gonna weld them up, nut on them, and see, hopefully they break loose. If not, we're gonna have to do some other measures, but we're gonna see how it goes.
That's the end of this video, and from all of us here at Racing to Randomness, we really appreciate you guys following along with this. I think it's going to be an absolutely wild build when it's done, and we're going to do a bunch of stuff with a Snowcat that you're not supposed to do with a Snowcat. So please share and subscribe, guys. We really need that. So just hit that little button down there, and it makes everything real easy for us. So thanks, guys. Have a good one.